oh my God, I don't get time for my kids and business.
See, you can't do everything on your own. It will just break you down. If you need help, ask for help. At the end of the day, many years down the line, all these things are important for you. You can't say one above the other. So, but when you look back, what you would need is that, yes, I have done a good job. I have walked that path and I have conquered it. I mean, that's how we all want to feel at the end of the day.
And also over this 12 years journey, right? You started off at home and then exhibitions, and then you moved to the brick and mortar store, right? How was that experience? Because it is an investment to put things in a store. There's a monthly rent to pay, and then later probably you started hiring people to stay on in the store as well. So all these are investments, and especially women, I see a lot of them are very scared to put money into their business. What is your take on it, and what would be your advice to people on this?
So that initial stages before deciding to have the store, like I said, we started off with exhibitions from home. Finding the right clientele also took us time. Actually, to understand who our right clientele would be. What we thought was very different from what response that we got. And so that time my partner Geeta was at Gises, and I was always in Jewelry side of town because my husband worked in Abu Dhabi. So it was very quiet in my side of town, and at Gises we just put a Facebook ad, and that is how we started. We started it with once a month, then twice a month. We put it every week, and we could see that
once a month, twice a month exhibitions,
like a weekend exhibition. We used to do it at Geeta's house. I mean, social media was enough, or the online presence was enough to invite customers over. We explored that very early, I should say, in our business. And as time passed, Geeta she migrated to Canada, and I had decided, if I'm setting up a store, it will be in Gises.
Because you had all your client base in that area.
When Geeta had shifted, we had for a very short term shifted to Springs. I was staying in Springs then. I had clientele coming from Gises. All the way to Springs. It was not a small thing to do, actually. So I had decided that whatever I'm doing it at Gises. And then I conceived a third time. So again a break, and I have had my times of sleeplessness. When I think, this month this is my target, this much money I should earn. So I have had nights of sleeplessness, but I have understood that there's no need to fret. You do your part. If you're a person who believes in God, pray about it, and then things will fall in place.
Manifest for it to come.
So it is. I mean, it is basically that I have understood. I mean, no matter how much tensed you are, or how much you cry over it, or you lose your sleep over it, it's not worth it, actually. Things, you just have to work hard. And like I said, if you are a person who you pray about it, and then things will fall in place.
It will fall all in the positive angle. Right?
So actually, when I was ready to set up the store, that's when I knew I was pregnant again with my third child. I mean, it was an unplanned pregnancy, and I was actually, there were periods of low during that time. So when I felt, oh God, I was planning a store and I'm not able to do it immediately. Actually, it's one of my customers who told me, when I shared it with her, she told me, and it must be with this baby you will grow further.
Oh, nice. As the baby grows, your business will also grow.
She says, no, maybe when she comes in, you will make bigger progresses. So you need to think like that, which I thought, yes. So the only thing is that I had to wait for the 9 months and again a 3 months gap to revive my health. So when she was 3 months old, that's when I put up the store. So it was with her. I went to get my license, and I chose a place. I was still breastfeeding. I mean, those stages where, when I look back, I mean, I've gone through a lot. So the first thing, when I took up the store, the first thing I shifted in was a baby coat, because
into the store.
Into the store, because I had to feed her.
And you were sitting at the store yourself.
I was sitting at the store when I started off initially, and she was also there. I had to feed her. She was only 3 months old, and the way I shifted things, I mean, I used to keep all the things in the car, feed her, because I only have 2 hours gap. Immediately rush to Gises, unload everything, come back for the next feed. So I mean, even the people who have seen me, my security and all, whenever a staff comes and says, says, ma'am has really worked hard. I've
okay.
seen, so I used to go with the pram with things.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I mean, that zeal and that energy was there that time.
It all comes with that fire from inside.
Yeah, to make it happen. I mean, I want to do it. So that willpower, no, is...
I remember you telling this story of even lifting, like hard lifting the things yourself.
Yeah, I used to lift 30 kilos of brass and all that, because I didn't want to wait for anyone. I didn't want to depend on anyone. Whatever I do, I mean, I have to do it.
By hook or crook, I'm getting it done, and you did it.
And then
right?
I had, in the sense, my husband was always supportive. My mother, she was always encouraging.
Nice,
like, do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that support. And then I had my house help. She was also supportive. So, I mean, I think that we need... It is good to have that network of people who will support you positively. There can be negative periods also, but then you'll be able to overcome it. Yeah.
Nice. Now, when I first listened to your story, I was so inspired because I'm a mom of 2 kids.
Okay.
And I keep cribbing, oh my God, I don't get time for my kids and business, I go into a lot of low modes, mom guilt.
All of us.
All of it. And when I spoke to you and when you told me you have 4 kids and how you manage your whole journey, and I even remember you sharing about you teaching your daughter on Zoom calls from your store. Can you share that experience as well?
Yes, so I always wanted to have a big family.
Nice.
So, I mean, 4 children was always there.
In your mind somewhere.
In my mind, my plan. I have not thought of marriage, but I've always thought of 4 kids.
4 kids.
So if you meet any of my friends in engineering, my engineering friends, they always knew that I always wanted 4 kids.
Oh, nice.
So a big family was always a big dream for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I've had my ups and downs over there also. Like, I had a miscarriage and all that. But I mean, different. We go through a lot of hormonal things.
Changes.
Even pregnancy is not easy.
Every pregnancy,
is
go
different.
through a lot.
Yeah, there are also ups and downs. Hormonal changes happen.
And
but
our body changes.
Changes.
Health impacts.
Yes, and when business is there, we think a lot about that also.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would say for me, by God's grace, because I had set my mind on it.
Okay,
see, I'm going to do it. I want my kids. I want my business. I am going to handle it.
Okay, it's like 5 kids. One is your business.
Yes. So I think it is that positive outlook or the positive attitude that help me. And thing is that when it comes to my kids, I don't compromise on their studies. For me, that is very important, because down the line it is their future. And because my mother has always been very supportive for me, so I always felt that I should be supportive to my kids, and I should give them a very strong platform. Confidence, because they are going to be on their own in life, and whatever teachings they get from here is what they'll pass on.
Very true, very true.
Yeah, so,
and they always know that mom can do it, so I can also do it.
Yes. And I tell them, if Amma can do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was like that for me. For me, my mother also, if my mother could do it, I can do it.
Very good.
So I felt it was very important to pass on that positivity
to the kids.
So, to the kids. So in terms of my kids' studies, I mean, no matter where I was in UAE, by noon I always reached home.
Oh, nice.
I go pick up my kids. So I didn't put them on the bus just to be home by noon.
To be there with them.
Yeah. Okay. So so whatever physically I need to do, I do it by noon.
Okay.
And anything of business comes online and after that. But there would be stages where I have to leave my kids. Then they manage it, because I've already set that platform for them, a confident platform. Then they know how to
do it themselves. They're very independent with everything.
Then
right?
When they have to be independent, they can be independent.
Very
so
nice.
My elder one was in grade 10. The 10 board exams for the Indian syllabus is very important.
Yes.
You would be knowing.
Yes.
And I actually took a 1.5 months break from business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was this in February. So I was thinking if I was working, I would take a holiday. Okay. So I actually took a break. Actually, my business went into autopilot mode.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, even though I was not posting anything on Instagram or on Facebook, I had customers coming back.
Oh, that's amazing. Clientele that you have built.
Yes. So, I mean, it was not that, even though it was, so my performance manager, he says, ma'am, you're on autopilot mode. It's not that you have closed it down because you're there. people will always come back.
Nice.
So I really took up that 1.5 months of break so that I could be with my daughter, give her the support that she needs. And I think at the end of the day, she passed with very good marks. And for me, that is a crown, for all for all the hard work done. And I didn't that. So it was in February. So when I resumed on April 1st, it was a season time because Vishu was coming up. But I just resumed. It wasn't
just turn the switch
on, and we were back in business.
Oh, very great.
Yeah, my staff was not happy that I had taken the break, but certain times. But
they managed it well.
Yeah, but certain times, we have to take that strong decision when it comes
to. It all comes to your priorities at different points in life.
Yeah,
right?
It is your priority basically. Yes. So with the kids, and they also understand that I am in this line of business.
They adjust whenever they need to.
I'm there for them wherever. Like during COVID times, especially during COVID times, staff had taken. She was actually scared to come to the store. I used to go to the store several days.
Oh, nice.
So I used to, because by then kids got adapted to Teams and Zoom. So whatever I need to teach, I used to have a whiteboard with me, teach them from the studio. They used to learn from there. Question answers I need to ask, they used to come online, study. So we just streamlined everything.
It's a high-tech family.
Yeah. So one of my friends, Jamshida, she's also a BNI member. I met her in front of the Operation Theatre at Wellcare, where I was waiting for a friend and she was waiting for her husband. So when she looked at me, I was actually asking questions to my daughter. And she asked me, "Are you a teacher?" I said, "No, I'm not a teacher."
I remember Jamshida sharing this with me. This is how I met Anne.
Yeah. So, wherever I thanks to this online thing, we could adapt, even because the children adapted quickly. I think that was a boon for all of us. Yeah.
It is how you use technology to make use of the things, right?
Yeah. See, we have all these things in mind. So, whatever situation we are in, just try to use the technology or whatever is possible, and everyone will adapt.
Get things done.
Yeah,
right?
and get things
whatever
done.
way.
Yeah. So
listening to this, I'm getting goosebumps. Because it's very inspiring. I'm sure everyone listening will also there are a lot of moms who listen to our show. So, a lot of them think, okay, I have kids. I will not have time for business. And you have proved it.
It is just your mindset, basically. Don't think one will hamper the other. Business will not hamper your life with children, nor your children will hamper your business.
It's about how you manage it,
right? Just think you can do it together. You have to handle it together if you need everything. See, at the end of the day, many years down the line, all these things are important for you. Yeah, your career is important, or your children are important, everything. You can't say one above the other. So, but when you look back, what you would need is that, yes, I have done a good job. I have walked that path and I have conquered it. That's how we all want to feel at the end of the day.
Yes. I think that is huge inspiration for everyone listening, because now there's no excuse.
Yes.
If Anne has done it, they can also do it. So they just put on your shoes and just get to work.
There are people tell me I've got small kids. And I said, even I've got 4 kids.
Yeah. And the youngest one is 2 years old. So you have done it. So it's like everyone should be able to do it. It's just about prioritizing the right things at the right time.
Right time, yes.
And also one more thing. About the saree, right?
Okay.
Because every time when there's an official event, I always see you in saree. Right? Yes. What inspired you to go by that? Is it because you started Craft Safari, you went into that, or were you always like that?
So even from college days, I think we always liked for important functions, we always wanted to drape a saree. And I should say, my mother has been the inspiration over there, because I have seen my mother only in a saree.
Okay.
My mother was an English teacher in an Arabic school.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And still she would wear saree.
So she retired after 28 years of teaching.
Oh, nice.
And to an Arabic school. She always was in a saree, very properly tip-top draped.
Oh, nice.
And she is always a lady of confidence.
Oh, nice.
So to teach in an Arabic school is not easy.
Yes.
I've been there.
Yes.
The children are quite different.
Yes.
But
it's 2 different cultures, right?
Different cultures.
Yes.
But she always commanded respect.
Oh, nice.
And she always instilled good values in her children. I have seen it. Okay. And she was always a favorite of her children, for the parents. A moment moment I always remember is that when I had come for holidays during my engineering days, I had gone to my mother to Carrefour in Ras Al Khaimah, and parent had come with a child and spoke. Seeing that it was a teacher, they spoke, and how confidently she spoke in Arabic.
Oh, your mom speaks Arabic?
Very fluently. Very confidently. I was like, is this my mother? I mean, I went like that. So confidently she was speaking Arabic. She picked it up because...
She picked it up on the job, right?
On the job. She learned Arabic, the alphabets, when we were in school. Like I said, my mother was very instrumental in teaching us. So she picked up the alphabets when we were in school because she had to teach us. And so she knew how to read, she knew how to write, she knew how to speak.
Wow.
And very confident. So for me, her attire always attached confidence and strength. So, and when my
saree is always strength and confidence.
Nice. So because that's what I saw when my mother was going on a Europe trip. I had cousins calling from all sides of the world telling wear jeans, wear skirt. My mom was like, no, I'm only going in a saree. So I'm like, Amma, it's a foreign place. This was 10 years back. Today we still have a good Indian community in UK, in Europe, but I was like, this was 10-12 years back. I'm like, Amma, in a saree to UK? I was like, no, I'm confident in this. So every day she used to wear very well draped sarees with good jewelry and very good pictures. I'm like, okay, this is how we should go for a trip. So when you look back, very good for photos. She went as a group trip, and she was saying there were a lot of ladies who attempted the jeans first time and they were not confident. And when they saw, they were like, okay, we could have done this.
We could have just worn saree, right?
And there were people who said every morning we were looking out to see what you wore and what jewelry you have. So all those gave me an impression that it attached to confidence and a lot of positivity, what my mother always used to impart. Very confident lady she is. So when I got into Craft Safari, and because I worked with a lot of handloom weavers, I mean, I have understood their plight. I've really traveled, understood. I mean, the kind of knowledge and know-how that goes into weaving a 6 yards is not a small thing. And these are people who don't have formal education, but they have a skill that has been passed on from generation. So I think I attached a lot of value to what they were doing. So that's when I decided, okay, if anything official, let it be a saree.
Let it be
and I mean, our presidents, prime ministers always went around in a saree. So it was always confidence and power that I attached to the attire. So maybe that is why I love.
Very nice. So, when it comes to saree, right, I've seen a lot of women are not so confident in saree. A lot of Indian women, including myself sometimes, because it takes me a lot of time to drape. But today I made it a point, because when I know Anne is coming, she's gonna be in saree, so I too wanna wear saree. It gives me that boost up. But a lot of women sometimes they are not confident in saree, and just like you said, like your cousins were telling your mom, right? You're in a foreign country. What will others think when you're wearing a saree? But when I saw you attending BNI meetings, attending all the LT forums, everywhere in saree, and it was completely different concept. Like everyone actually remembers you for saree, and they respects you because you're embracing your roots, and there's a message behind that as well, how you respect the weavers and everybody that is working behind it. So again, how has it impacted your business? Like, because people remember you. You go to a meeting, they'll definitely remember you because you are in saree, and you're the only person in saree in the room, probably, right?
So because I travel a lot. There are a lot of weaves that I'm exposed to.
Oh, nice.
So each time I wear a saree, I make sure it's a particular weave also. And it's nice to know that people identify it.
Oh, nice.
So when I went for LTO forum, I wore a ikat saree, and I had Shaylee telling me, oh, you're in a lovely ikat. I was so happy that she identified that it is an ikat. That is a very big thing. So I think when I wear a particular weave, it's also a promotion for the weave. The topic becomes a saree.
Nice.
Yeah. And a lot of people have told me in Dubai, I mean, do you have opportunities to wear? I mean, do you wear? From my background, my kids are the 4th generation in UAE. So my grandparents, my parents, and I've only seen them in saree. And so, I mean, that question doesn't arise for me.
Yeah,
so it's basically your confidence.
And how you use that, right? Like, it's about you're confident, you wear what you like.
Will like
right?
it. Yeah, it is basically that, and nobody will judge you otherwise. I mean, I think there's only positive
it's only
thoughts.
Inside us that we think like that.
We feel. But it's only good thoughts or positive vibes when a lot of people in BNI have appreciated and like say that how can you wear? I say that we can wear. I mean,
there's nothing wrong in it, right?
Like I said, no, what I've seen my mother do.
Yes.
Yeah. So I should also say my father was working in the government. He was a government doctor. All his colleagues during that point of time were in Saree. So all the all who had important posts, Indians, they always wear in a Saree. Or our teachers were always in a Saree. So for me, all that is confidence, power. So I think that is what I want to imbibe when I drape a Saree.
Very true, very nice. And before we go into the closure of the episode, I also want to ask about partners. You have a partner in business, right?
Yes.
And how is it like, because it's your friend that you got as a partner.
Yes. Yeah.
So there is always the risk of that relationship when you go into a partnership mode. How is that experience like? How do you pick the right partner for a business?
I think when we started off itself, Geeta was always there for me. Though she migrated to Canada, important decisions or anything I want to discuss, I just go back to her.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is also, I think, the attitude and the person that she is.
Yes.
A very warm person, very positive person. Whenever I feel low, she picks me up.
Okay.
When she feels low, I pick her up.
Oh, nice.
And during our MBA days, actually, she's my MBA girl, we weren't that close actually. So only after we embarked on this journey,
that's when you became really close.
We became really close, and when I'm not in one of my good moods, she knows it and she behaves accordingly. And when I know she's not in a good mood, I know how to. I think so. It is a chemistry. Yeah, it is a chemistry between both of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how did you identify it would go well in the beginning? Was it an intuition?
No, it just we only had each other when we were here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, a close friend in Dubai, only she was there from my college days, and she only had me. So I think that I think we never thought whether we would gel. I mean, we never thought about all that 12 years back.
Okay, it was not like a plan.
Yeah,
but
the thing is that we had the same passions, we had the same likings. We were sure about certain things. Like I said, even in the handloom industry, you have power loom and handloom.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were sure that we will do only power loom.
Okay.
We were sure about certain things.
Okay.
See,
and you were aligned.
Yeah, we were. Market is flooded with a lot of things.
Nice.
So we were very sure of the products that we would take, or we both enjoy a lot of things together. So I think we were like twins. I know even twins were this close.
Would work
yeah, I
together
don't
so
know.
Much, right?
But it just happened, and for me, she moving away was a very big thing. Emotional thing to add. I think you would understand that also, no?
Yes, I understand it.
Yeah,
very well,
but she was always there for me. Though she's in Canada, the time frame is very different.
Yes,
but
you still manage to keep in touch always.
Always.
Every decision is made together.
Decision. No, anything that, and even in terms of the logo, we just revamped our brand. We had a new logo. I just went back to Geeta and was like, Geeta, so many options. What do I just? She said, and select this. Okay. So then, I know whatever she says is good. I mean, she has goodness in her mind, goodwill she has in her heart. Okay. So I know I can go back to her. And
nice.
Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
I think, I don't know, maybe it is luck. When I think now, having her is like having a diamond. Maybe I'm not appreciated as much. When you asked, only I'm just appreciating it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I think getting the right person,
having that right person who can understand what's going on in the business.
I think see, when you both are aligned on certain things in business, there are a lot of people who wanted to partner with me.
Okay.
After she left. But I'm like, both of us give enough space to each other in terms, there are a lot of things attached, financial things are there, business decisions are there. So we kind of worked out things over there. Then there was no need, I didn't want another partner because so it just worked out.
And the last question for today, what would be your advice to other women who want to start a big business, not a very small business, somebody who really has a vision to grow big? Maybe start small, but they want to really grow big. Very ambitious woman. What would be your advice?
I think, see, make sure you have the, if you need help from home, be there to ask it. Just ask it out, okay? Yes. See, you can't do everything on your own. It will just break you down, and it will just bring you down. If you need help, ask for help. Whether it's your parents, your spouse, your partner, or you need house help, just ask ask for it, and that support system is very important, I feel. So I think you create that support system first, or eventually create it and then just take the leap. Okay,
leap of faith.
Yeah, leap of faith. So I had read once in a book called Power of Positive Thinking, when there's that beam comes towards you just have to throw your heart over the beam, and your body will follow.
Wow.
So it is just throwing your heart and just following your dream. Just take that leap. It will happen eventually. I mean, there's a lot of things like emotionally you have to be positive. Like if you have prayer support, pray about it. Things will just fall in place.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Anne, for being on our show. And thanks to our listeners. Do not forget to like, subscribe. And if you would like to know more about Anne, we will be leaving all the links to her business as well in the comments below. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.